going to install Jenkins on this box right here. This is a Debian install, and it's a fresh install, just the server I'm kind of playing around with. So here's the Jenkins website, jenkins.io download, and you want to go to the Ubuntu Debian part, and you want to follow all these steps. That's an install. You're going to add this to a file, so let's start with this one. And okay, so that says that's okay. Next, I happen to remember what that file was, so let's just pull it up. Done this a couple times. Oh, come on. So it's this right here. It's the sources.list. Oops. Come on. That's not at all helpful. It's the apt sources.list. There you go. We're going to add it to the end of the file. This is important that this is on the end. Okay. And after this, then it says in this part you need to install Java. So and I think that it's called like default GRE or something. If you just type Java, okay, so Java is actually installed here. It was somewhere around here. Anyway, you want to install Java. Then after that, you do an update, and I've done this a couple times now, so it may not actually do it. But you want to do an update, and then there's the apt-get update, and then there's a Jenkins update coming next. If this Jenkins works, then Jenkins will be up and running on port 8080. So it says it's done. So let's head over there. Right now, what couldn't be reached a second ago. Okay, so this is what you first see. When you install it, you have to go to this file and unlock it. Then you come back here, you just cat out that file, and there's your ID number. You're going to paste it right in there. This allows you can just install suggested plugins. That's fine to start with. Really, the only thing this installs Git and Subversion, but stuff doesn't really hurt you. It's okay, and then you want to create a user, password. Let's do that. Let's see if that works. Sure. Set your URL. Just the URL says it's ready to go. Okay, so here we are. Let's create a new job, which you can also do here in new items. And the job that we want to create is a pipeline. So I like to do underscore because it's a little easier to work with on the back end if you do that rather than space. The pipeline is, I think, the way to go. That's visually what people are used to seeing when they think of Jenkins, and you configure it with a Groovy file. Now you have your different build triggers right here. So we've been thrown into the configure option, right? So there's different triggers you can set up. For example, build after other projects are built is a good one. And later on we'll add the Jira integration. All of the parts are up here, but you also just, if you scroll, you see them down here. And there's you can do it from a pipeline script or from different places. You can get it. Here's a sample. That's just a sample of a pipeline. And again, this is in Groovy. You can also escape to shell. You can do a number of things here. And just save it. Say build now. This is, of course, going to succeed. See it running down here. If you add a slave to the server, you'll see that too. That's your first build. You can look at the console. That's useful, and this also tells you where it is on the back end, right? So it's created this. Again, that's why this underscore is pretty helpful. And so you come back to here, and you say configure. You want to add another stage to it. You can do that. And there's a lot of examples about to do this. It gets pretty complicated after a bit. Looks like it might have added everything for me. See if I don't get any syntax errors on that. And yeah, here we go. So you've got two stages now. And that's the basics. That's just a basic Jenkins build. So that's probably a good place to stop.